In this section, we will discuss about the advertisement of your endpoints when your host is connected in a VPC fashion. Okay, so we have already seen the practical of VPC. So there were leaf 3 and leaf 4. So leaf 3 and leaf 4, they are part of VPC. Okay, so let's assume that host 1 is connected with leaf 3 and leaf 4. It is dual homed. So when host 1 tries to communicate with host 5, so we have discussed the packet flow n number of times in our series. So I just will go through the main details that are important. Okay, so let's say that host 1 is trying to communicate to host 5 or maybe any other host in your network. So based upon the hash, host 1 can send the packet either to leaf 3 or leaf 4, right? Let's assume that host 1 sent the packet to leaf 3. So as soon as leaf 3 received the information about host 1, so now leaf 3 knows that 10.1.1 and this MAC address, it is having, let's say, this VNI, L2 VNI, and maybe this L3 VNI. So it is connected to me, right? So again, apart from this, so because leaf 3 and leaf 5, they are into VPC, so they will share the endpoint related information, right? Because leaf 3 and leaf 4, we know that the Cisco Fabric services is running between leaf 3 and leaf 4 because they are into VPC, and the information they are syncing using the Cisco Fabric services protocol, right? So as soon as leaf 3 shared the information about the endpoint to leaf 4, so leaf 3 and leaf 4, they both are going to generate the route type 2 or the BGP EVPN update related to this particular information that they received from host 1, right? Also, the main point is that the VTEP address that they both are going to share into the BGP EVPN update will be the Anycast TAP address. Okay, or in other words, if you remember that we did a common configuration, something like that, interface loopback 0, and then we did something like this 34/32, and then we put secondary keyword, right? So this particular configuration for this common IP we have done on both leaf 3 and leaf 4. So when leaf 3 and leaf 4, they advertise the information into the BGP EVPN update, they are going to use the Anycast TAP address. So all of your devices within your ACI fabric, they will get the BGP EVPN update, and the next hop will be 34/34/34. So both of your leaf switches, they are going to advertise this particular information. And for this particular IP 34/34/34, they both leaf 3 and leaf 4, they are both owning this particular IP address. So your devices in the network, they knows how to reach 34/34/34, so they can do ECMP to leaf 3 and leaf 4. So depending upon the hash, they can send the traffic back to leaf 3, either to leaf 3 or leaf 4. Now the question is, or you can ask me that, let's say host 1 sent the information to leaf 3, leaf 3 generated the BGP EVPN update, but now you can see that spine 1 is having the neighborship with leaf 4 also. So spine 1 is now going to send the same update that it received from leaf 3 to leaf 4 as well. Likewise, the BGP EVPN update that leaf 4 shared to spine 1. Spine 1 is going to send the same information to leaf 3, which is not correct, right? So the information which is locally generated now, our leaf switches, they are receiving it from the VXLAN fabric, right? So we have a kind of loop in our network. So how leaf 3 and leaf 4 they are going to avoid, or how they are going to filter this particular information? So there is a um, extended community which is known as site of origin. Okay, so into the site of origin they are going to put mainly their secondary IP. So when leaf 3 is going to generate the BGP EVPN update, so into the extended community site of origin it is going to put the secondary IP. So as soon as the other leaf switch it received this information, so by checking the site of origin value, it is not going to accept this particular information. Now it will know that this particular information is locally generated from within my VPC domain. Likewise, if leaf 4 advertise something into the BGP EVPN update, it is also going to put the site of origin value. And once the leaf 3 received the BGP EVPN update from spine 1, it is going to discard that information, because now it knows that this particular endpoint information is locally generated and I should not accept it. I forgot to mention it during the practical, but I can show you the screenshot, or maybe you can go back and check that practical that we have done. So when we checked something like that, show BGP L2 VPN, EVPN, and then the end host IP, then you can clearly see that there is site of origin value that is generated from leaf 3 and leaf 4. I can also show you the screenshot maybe. Just give me one moment. Have a look at these two screenshot. You can see that the originator is 4.4.4 or leaf 4, and you can see the site of origin value, right? SOO. You can see here 34.34.34 colon 0. And likewise on the downward, you can see the another screenshot. The information is originated from leaf 3, and you can see the site of origin value here also 34, 34, 34, 34. Okay, so this is how things works into VPC. So whenever your VPC devices, they are going to advertise the end host connected to them into VPC, into the BGP EVPN update. So into the route type 2, they are also going to put the site of origin value, so that if they received the same information that they advertise from your VXLAN fabric, they can avoid that particular database, right? And when they are advertising any information into the BGP EVPN, they are going to use the Anycast VTEP IP, okay, which is the secondary IP that we have configured under the loopback 0, right? And as soon as we have also seen into the practical that whenever we configure this VPC or into the show NVE interface, the VPC capabilities will also be activated. You can see that, okay, into the show NVE interface. So I hope now you're more comfortable into the VPC and how the packet flows in case of the combination of VXLAN with VPC. So the main point that you need to remember is to create the Anycast VTEP IP. So do not get confused with the Anycast VTEP IP to the Anycast gateway, right? Anycast gateway is different, that you configure under the SVI interface, right? This is the Anycast VTEP address that the VPC devices they are going to share. So that you have to configure into under the interface loopback as a secondary IP address. And the second thing is that whenever they are going to advertise any BGP EVPN update, they are going to use this Anycast VTEP address. Third thing, to avoid the loop, they are going to use the site of origin value into the extended community, and using that extended community site of origin value, if they receive anything with that, they are not going to accept. Okay. So I hope you enjoy this particular session, and thanks for watching.